Hey guys, I'm Sankalpita and today we are going to be talking about this book, Hold On to Your Dreams by Ruskin Bond. Now, I'm a huge Ruskin Bond fan, and I consider anything that comes out of the pen of Ruskin Bond to be pure gold. So it's only natural that I will definitely get my hands on his latest release of this year, which is Hold On to Your Dreams. The byline of this book reads A Letter to Young Friends, and yes, that is definitely what this book is. It is a letter to young friends. It's mostly written for people who are in their teens or who are in their early 20s, and while I might not be in that age category, I still loved it every bit. Now let's dive deeply into the book. I love the whole aesthetic vibe of this book. I mean, just look at it. It's a beauty, it's a treat to hold in your hands. This book has many beautiful things. It has some beautiful illustrations of Mr. Bond and also of his cat Mimi, the mountains that he lives in, the hills that surround him, his reading and also his writing corner. And that's definitely a visual treat for every reader's eyes. I also loved how there are many quotes that are mentioned in this book, and I loved the way they're illustrated in this beautiful and very impressive typography and fonts. And if you look at it closely, all these pages are made to resemble, though they are not exactly handmade paper, they are made to resemble like that. And all of this put together, the beautiful illustrations, the quotes, the fonts, the typography, and also the handmade paper look, all of it lends the book a very personal appeal. Okay, and if you look at it closely, there is a lot of purple, shiny purple detailing on the cover itself, which is again fantastic. Now, one of the best parts of this book is where Mr. Bond shares his wisdom that he's collected through his rich experience over the years. And particularly to me, what appealed the most was where he shares his experience about reading and writing. Now, there are many quotes from the book that hold a special place in my heart, and I'm sharing some of them here. Never despair, but if you do, then work on in despair. Listen to the sound of silence. Do I tire of writing? No. These words are my lifeblood. They have made it possible for me to live the life I wanted to live. And guys, there is this one quote that he talks about writing, and that makes my heart melt because it is so relatable that I cannot help but be wowed by it. Make no mistake, writing is a solitary art, a lonely profession. Whichever way you look at it, you are on your own. Loneliness becomes a part of a writer's being. All in all, guys, I love the simplicity with which he writes his books. I mean, this is a kind of simplicity that is so difficult to imitate. I'm sure a lot of people do try, but this does not really happen. This is so difficult to imitate. To Ruskin Bond, however, this comes very naturally. Like right from page one, he's able to establish a connection with the reader, and right from page one, it looks like you are talking to a friendly author and not to a person who's a nonagenarian, who's a 90-year-old author. According to me, one of Ruskin Bond's major achievement, like greatest achievement, is his great humility, and that also shows in his writing. I love those parts which are full of his self-deprecating humor, where he makes himself the butt of all his jokes. In the end, guys, it's a beautiful book. It's a treat to hold in your hands, a very comfortable read that would make you want to come back to it every now and then, like you're visiting an old friend. For me personally, this book feels like the feeling of having garam pakoras on a rainy day. It is that comforting. So yes, highly recommended to all his fans out there. If you're a Ruskin Bond fan, this is one book that you should definitely not be missing. Highly recommended to young readers, people who are in their teens or in their early 20s. Highly recommended to people who love reading about writing and reading and about life in the hills. And highly recommended to people who love simple books about simple life. And yeah, that's it from me in this video. I will come back to you with another video super soon. Until then, bye.